Hello, it's Unkind Omen here, and today I would like to stream a little bit of me trying to play Tier 1 and maybe Tier 2 Abyss as Alpha Clone. I have just recently trained Minmatar Cruiser skills, and I also have Minmatar projectile weapon system trained to some decent level, so I think it's now a good time to see how this handles at least the easiest of abyssal spaces and see if Alpha Clone can actually manage something and if it is profitable to do. So let's enable this Calm Dark filament. So Calm is filament that you will activate for Tier 1. Yes, I'm going as one cruiser because that's the largest ship that I can handle, and because you really don't want to fly destroyers or frigates inside unless you have really good frigate skills. For destroyers, I don't know really if it is worth it. I didn't have much experience with Abyss. I have played it a couple of years ago when it was first released, and yes, I think things have changed a lot, so I have my database from EVE University ready. But I will not be really surprised if I am going to die here. Let's see, there is this one. I'll probably want to orbit it. Let's see what those wardens are going to deal to me. Okay, that's quite a lot of damage, so I will have to tank it. I have fitted 2 Unkiller shield boosters, so I don't really need to have good cargo regeneration. That is very interesting, because I'm basically stuck and I cannot approach it really. What do we have here? Do we have any clouds? If we do, I don't see any. Okay, I am not hitting it, which basically means that I'm dead. That was very quick. Let's see if I can hit the other one.
capacitor is empty. The capacitor is empty. The capacitor is empty.
Okay, I also have drones. Maybe we can do something about that.
The capacitor is empty. 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 The capacitor is empty.
I think I'm hitting it by distance, but it's just avoids my damage dealing, which means that I need to actually keep them at range, maybe.
The capacitor is empty.
But now at least I am done with the energy disrupting one, so I will have less problem maintaining my capacitor. Let's recharge my shields a little bit.
Our module has run out of charges.
By the way, what What's status of our drones? Let's run one. Okay, now we're gonna enable Afterburner again and keep it at range to reduce its tracking. Let's see. I think my drones are dead now. Yeah, poor things. But they did their job. I probably will survive this pocket. Let's see. Well, I have used already half of the time of the whole abyss, so unless I will be able to steamroll through the other two pockets, this will be the end in 9 minutes anyway. It's really good that the fall-off in these guns is so high that I can really just fly away and still hit this guy. Let's see what we have in loot. I'm not gonna go for the second one. Yeah, well, pretty much just the filament to the same level. Reload guns, and yeah. And now reload everything else. We have more or less fine level of capacitance, the capacitor available to us. Let's see. And still 7 minutes. Well, not very likely. Okay. That's a battle cruiser. actually cannot hit it well. Okay, but it hits me very nicely. Let's overheat guns and let's spray. So that we have enough tank. Okay, we have survived. I am not gonna even try to loot anything. I will just go straight for the exit at the moment. Because basically we have 4 minutes left to complete whatever is in the last pocket. And that's not good. I mean, this was experimental ship intended to just basically die anyway, so it's not a big deal, but not very pleasant. Another one. No. Well. Oh, and I also out of charges. Oh, I guess we can consider ourselves dead. Because this NPC is hitting too hard. And I really don't see how. Maybe we can try doing something like this. I don't know. And stop overheating guns, because we still need damage. Let's see if we can keep them at range. And no 10 kilometers. No, doesn't matter. It just catches up. And we're dead. Okay. I guess that's the way to wrap it up. Okay, the cerebral accelerator, the only thing I really cared about, still is there, so it's not a problem. But what is a problem is that basically we don't have enough tank to go there. Not with this Tessera, at least. Hmm.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Let's revise feet a bit. So first of all, of course, I want to stop using medium drones because they are useless. And let's instead use whatever the damage we can get from small ones. I will stick with warriors because probably catching up will be the biggest issue. And then another problem is basically that we would probably want to choose another type of encounter, because with these high speeds our tracking is just simply not going to work. We are not tracking enemies, and that's mostly because of everybody in the dark gets almost to maximum velocity. So not only we can hope to avoid some damage, but our enemies also ignore us completely. And I have not noticed significant effect on optimal and fall-off of enemies. So all four others have penalties to specific resists. I think if we go without EM resist at all and go for electrical and then use EM as damage type. I want 6 warriors. Oh, actually no, I don't want warriors at all. If I'm going for EM, then I want acolytes. 6 of them here. And I want to have EMP here. This basically makes us a glass cannon, but hey, why not? And instead I think we can do shield boost amplifier still with these Unkiller shield boosters. Probably we don't have enough CPU. Yep. Well, this one was useless, so let's remove it. And this will give us a little bit more tank, even if we will have the hole in EM resistance. Everything else is okay, except that I want to have also those long-range charges. Those were, I think, nuclears for EM damage. No. Yeah, protons. Because we might need, in some cases, some of extra range. Let's do it this way. And we're not going for dark, we're going for electrical now. I'm on the wrong station.
Warp drive active.
And yeah, this looks fine. Boosters, everything. Bye. Yes.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Electrical filament. Yeah, we need one. And we need to feed ship. Feed ship. It's no longer dark, but yeah. I wonder why it fails to feed those charges for boosters. It's really weird. Change name, whatever. Cap booster. Load and have in cargo as much as we can have. Yeah, probably just don't fit. They just don't fit in cargo because we now have those extra EMB charges there. Yeah, it should be like this, then it would be able to fit, but yeah. Anyway, calm electrical. We are going without EM resistance at all because it will be penalized and it will be doing no good anyway. Instead we are going with extra shield boost.
Warp drive active.
Okay, this feat is much less buttons to click. So basically just damage dealing, afterburners and shield tanking. And we will put drones into a group. Probably want to keep track of their status better this time.
Warp drive active.
I will keep auto repeat on this time because it got really annoying boosting things manually every time with overheating. And overheating on these modules is basically bread and butter. You have to use that to make them even more efficient because they reload so long that you basically are controlling heat with just reloads. But anyway, let's see what we will have there in the electrical encounter. What? Yeah, I need to move. And we are jumping. This time we will have some really additional capacitor recharge, which pretty much doesn't affect NPCs, so they are not going to get any benefit from that. Okay, and I am in shield booster cloud. Okay, that's bad. Need to get out of here quickly. And start hitting enemies as they approach us. Because now we have all the range of our guns, which is 18 kilometers. And we have good chances destroying some frigates before they catch up. Okay, and this one neutralizes our energy. Well, we still don't care. This time we'll probably even less care about energy. We are out of the cloud. Stop boosting. And probably start approaching frigates to make them a little bit easier to hit. Specifically this one because it is a webbing frigate. Again, okay. Yeah, let's keep it at range the same way as we did before. And let's reload this booster. Why our drones are targeting the other guy? That's not what I want. The red cloud approaches. I have a little bit of heat, 20%, but not much. That's actually very similar to what we had in the previous encounter. I hope we are not going to get the same damage dealing encounters in the second and third pockets. Okay, and now we can probably start approaching this one, forcing it to leave, and also decreasing the tracking the same way. We are tanking them much better, partially because they are, well, they do electromagnetic damage, EM and thermal, but with this passive we now have extra tanking from every single booster. And we hit it with graces, hits, smashes, so it's not bad. We have enough tracking to do the damage ourselves. That's important against smaller targets. Resistance penalty is 30%. but it would still be quite significant if we decided to go here and reload. So this passive module gives us how much? I think about 20%, 32%, 32.5% bonus to shield boosting. And if we didn't go with it, we would have had about 40% resistance, and then out of that we would have been penalized by 30%. So effectively we are getting the same, plus on other resistances we actually get more. I think in theory we could go for some additional extraction nodes for loot, but let's see first how this handles the encounters and then think about if it is worth it. Oh, yeah, it's not going to be anyway, probably. The amount of loot that is available in tiers 1 is not anything special. Okay. No clouds at this time. Let's fly away from this guy instead. What? My guns don't hit it, so I need to get closer. But at least I don't see any negative effects so far. So oh, my drones. They do a lot of damage to them. I will not unpack the drones again, at least this time. Let's first kill this cruiser. I think I should be able to tank it even if I just directly approach it. But it kites at a formidable distance. I think actually I'm not able to catch up by pure speed. Okay, and let's see. This time I think we have some reserve. We can probably even go for the second node. Where is it? But yeah, I don't care. Probably still too far. Okay, nothing interesting. And let's go into the last pocket. Let's approach the battleship so that we can reduce the amount of damage it deals to us. And yeah, need to tank. Need to tank. Okay. And then the battleship. Let's try to orbit it as low as possible. I think this should help us a little bit with... Yeah, now it misses us. Very good. Already at under 10 kilometers, so... And let's just go out of here. And I'm back, and yes, we have completed one first run in Tier 1 Abyss successfully. Let's return to Jita, restock our ship, and try some more. Why the hell not? So far the loot is, yeah, abysmal. But maybe we get luckier in some next iterations. Yeah, of course, this ship suffers a lot because I have very low drone skills. You need to have drones 5 to be able to flight all 5 acolytes at the same time. And at the same, also you need to have that to have advanced drone operation, which increases your drone damage by 20%, effectively adding you another drone. So I am currently dealing at best 30% of this what this ship can do with drones. And that's very low damage, and that hurts a lot when I have enemies that are, well, let's say flying fast ships that I cannot reach. Yeah, so basically we wasted 1 million in ammunition and similar amount in drones, and yeah, and we are not even, I haven't yet bought the hub boosters, and I got 1 million back, so it was net zero for all the time and suffering. And of course it's very stupid to even think about running this for tier, well, basically anything above tier 1. I don't think that the ship will handle. It's such a bad thing that we cannot really catch up those frigates. But we seems to be doing quite fine with tanking. So maybe I will just exchange this for a stasis Fabifier, because stasis Fabifiers are awesome against smaller ships. I think we cannot use this one because it's for larger ships, but we can definitely use what? 10 kilometers, 55%. Still the same. So the only difference between them is that one uses more energy and the other uses more CPU. But we have CPU, so let's use low energy version to conserve this extra tanking. And that's it. Let's check that we have filament, calm electrical, and dock.
Drive active.
I need this angular velocity column because that will help me in understanding when I stop hitting targets. And probably also I want to add another column with target size, because this helps. Okay, I guess that's a good thing that I did this. I mean, getting a stasis webifier, because I feel like we will going to have some webification issues. Spark needle. We definitely need to kill these things as soon as possible. Spark needle basically mean that they are doing electromagnetic damage, which is where we have a hole in our shield tanking. Okay, that's run one. Use this one. And let's use webifier to slow it down. And now this. And then we can start tanking these. Okay, I need to get back to the field because I'm getting too close to the range. And maybe a bit of shield boosting, because basically, yeah, you can see that they did some damage to us after all, but not much. And I'm not even using drones now. Let's head for the loot already, because why not? They will catch up anyway. What do we have? We have subnode there, and bioadaptive cache there, and extraction subnode there. Probably we can do this and this. An alternative to having stasis webifier here would be a target painter, because it would increase the signature of a given ship. The problem is that our guns are not really good at hitting anything outside of 10-kilometer range anyway, so probably this 55% ship slowdown is best option. Let's boost up one more cycle and reload. Yeah. This almost felt too easy. So where's my loot? 632. Yeah, not much. Wow, 34 ISK. Nobody needs these. I mean, this is actually an interesting PvP format, except that you don't really have much variety in destroyers, except for maybe Tech 3 destroyers. I wonder if those are allowed. reheat things and go to the next pocket. Let's get to short-range tracking pylon, because this increases tracking within 15-kilometer radius, I think, and that will help a lot with these Damavix. Yep, now we have this tracking, 80% tracking speed bonus. Let's default keep at range 9000 so that we can keep at range these Damavix. Okay. And I think we're more or less done with this one. Let's loot something. Stop colliding. It's quite far away. I really don't know if I should waste time, but 600 take more than 2 minutes to go back and forth, so no. Maybe if we had a micro warp drive, that would have been better, but really bringing micro warp drive into Abyss is probably the worst idea that you can have. Just don't try to loot everything. It doesn't end well. 746,000 so far from the first pocket. Okay, another 780,000. Okay, same small things, and then actually we want to be here. I think they probably will die. Strike needle, ember, spark needle. I need to target these. Actually, you can see that they already started dying. This medium-range deviant automata suppressor will basically destroy every root drone automatically. You just need to survive for some time. And of course you need to be in range of this, because it only acts within, I think, 20... 15? I don't know. Some range. I need to look up. Maybe 40 kilometers. And of course, don't ever launch drones or missiles next to this thing, because it destroys everything, including missiles. We now have 6 minutes to loot everything. I think it's doable. So we'll take these two first, and then this one third. Yeah, we're doing fine on time. 1.6 million ISK so far. Not very good, really. But it's definitely something, especially if you consider that this will be a good training for before you want to go to any higher tier, and if you are aiming to get more money from Abyssals eventually, then doing this T1 the moment you get to cruisers is probably not such a bad idea, but you need to fit it carefully. I think this feat is now universal enough to handle most of the encounters, at least in calm electric. Let's see how it will go eventually. I will probably stop streaming for today after this one, and let's see, maybe later in the evening I will have another run and check how this feat handles more. The looting part is probably the least engaging in Abyssal encounters. Okay, and there is nothing there. That's not nice. So the last one, I don't know. I bet it will be another 500,000 to 1 million in loot. But people say that you can get randomly quite high rewards from this, even in the loot. Yeah, nothing. After my experience with a more trained character flying some Tech 2 cruiser, I actually had higher hopes that this Tech 1 on an unskilled character will be able to at least handle Tier 1 and Tier 2. But it seems that, yeah, even Tier 1 is already very close to the limit, as my previously dead Rapture has shown. Maybe with this feat it would be easier even there, but until I reach the same encounters it will be difficult to prove. But let's see. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next stream and next videos. Fly safe.